2026 is the year that we're going to take art business serious. Hello. I just got this mic. I don't love how big it is. I tried to put it here and look how crazy this looks, especially since I didn't take this thing off yet. But anyway, let me know if you have any advice on where to put this thing, because I think the sound is really nice, but I don't know if like on my shirt is really the vibe. And it comes with that little fluff ball too, but I don't know how I feel about that thing either. Anyway, 2026 is the year that we're going to take art business serious. I think I've been having a hard time with being successful with art and business because I've just been sort of wishy-washy with who I am as an artist, what my style is as an artist, and also business-wise, not really thinking in a business mentality. So when I say that, I mean I haven't been putting business to the forefront of art, which I think if you're going to have a successful art business, you have to think more business-minded. And what I've been doing is sort of just like making things that don't really go anywhere, and they're just kind of like for fun or just like for my Instagram, which is also fine. But if you want to run a art business, you have to think more well-rounded about everything and think more wholly about everything. So this year, 2026, I'm determined to really think more about where my art will go in a business sense, what that style will be for my art business, what sort of things I would like to make for my art business, and go from there. So today we're going to plan, which is kind of exciting, kind of scary, because you're planning for, big goals for like a whole year and you're just like, I don't even know. So let's get to it. Let's start planning. I'm going to start by just writing out everything that I want to accomplish this year, or at least things that I want to start on this year, and then we will go from there. So we're going to head over to my desk right now and start jotting down just a bunch of things that I would like to accomplish or plan for this year and see where that goes. It could be grandiose ideas. It could be little tiny things that I want to do. But either way, let's get started on dreaming big. So this is my desk / my daughter's playroom. So you'll probably see this a lot moving forward in this channel. But I think, it just is what it is, guys. This is just where I do my stuff. You know what? Maybe for this, I know I expressed that I don't love what this looks like. But maybe for just this part of it, we'll do it. And if you guys don't care about what it looks like, then we can wear it like this. Like, you tell me. So I'm just going to grab my iPad then, and we're just going to jot some things down on my iPad. I'm going to go to my Notability. Right now, I'm just going to make a random page on my Notability. I'll show you what that looks like. And I will change let me change this. Jesus Lord. Let me change the screen so that you guys can see what I'm writing down. Be right back. Okay, so I'm going to start off by writing big plans, and this is gonna be pretty chicken scratchy because we're just trying to get stuff together, right? And then we're gonna write 2026. Oh, that's ugly. 26. Okay, so the biggest plan that I have for 2026 is start business and make money off my art or designs. That's my biggest goal of this year. Now, that's a pretty big goal. So we have to break that down somehow, some way into smaller itty bitty pieces. So what does that look like? So that looks like creating brand or art identity, right? I should probably do this after I write each one. And then my next one would be decide on items to start selling, and then use social. And it's not necessarily in this order, right? Like I'll probably start using social to bring forward like my ideas on what my brand and stuff will look like. Use social to create. Use social to show art life as a small biz owner. And I think that's, well, and then what does this look like, right? So this is probably Instagram, YouTube. Oh my God, sorry guys, this is so messy. I'm not used to writing on an iPad. YouTube, Pinterest. Is that a social media? I don't know. Pinterest. I'm not a big TikTok person, so I'm probably not going to use TikTok. Okay. And then create the branding or art. So let's knock that out really quick. So create brand / art. I'm just going to put art vibes. So this is something that I've struggled with for a long time. I like a lot of different type of art. I can draw a lot of different types of art. And so I've never committed myself to one style art to like have as a brand and to sell. And so I think I really need to figure this out. What the type of art that I tend to be drawn to is art that is like fun, creative, bold, cute. I hate to say the word cute, but like kind of cute. I tend to be drawn to like for stuff that I would buy, I tend to be drawn to like vector looking art or art that is more like symmetrical in nature and things like that. I tend to be drawn to like stickers and planning, things like that. So I think this is a good start, and I think I can start to figure out a style based on this. As far as like brand goes, like, do I brand myself on my name or do I brand myself on a brand, like a brand name, right? And so brand considerations, name, question mark, or biz name. And what does that look like? And right now, I honestly don't know that. So that's something that I have to go into and kind of digest for myself. What else did I have here? Decide on items to start selling. So items to sell. So I think we can do like stickers. I think we could do like planning sheets. Basically like stationary planning sheets. I'm not going to do a full planner yet because that seems like a lot of work. Maybe sweaters. Maybe keychains. Me spelling keychains wrong. Does it really matter in this? I don't know. Maybe we could do mugs or I don't know. So I think this feels like enough to even think about for now. And then something that I really want to get more into is YouTube. So what does that look like, right? Like when I'm building my brand, my art brand, I think YouTube makes sense because YouTube is a great place for me to connect with people and describe my business and my brand and all of that. And so I think it's important to post consistently, which I haven't been doing, which is probably like 1 time a week at minimum. Have a posting consistency that makes sense, like have a consistent, what is it called? Like consistent pillars to talk about on my channel. So art biz, things like that. And then to also make sure I'm making shorts because I feel like shorts perform super well. And something that I want to talk about is that I've had sort of like an art Instagram for a while now, and it hasn't gotten anywhere. And I don't know the reason for that. And I'm kind of considering restarting a whole new art Instagram with my whole new vibe, my whole new business, my whole new whatever. So let me know how you feel about that. If you think that that's a good idea or it's not a good idea. I'm going to poll some people. I'm going to ask some people what they think and see if there's any way I can save my current Instagram or not, and go from there. So these are my big ticket to do's. And something that I want to write down here as well is like my why. So my biggest why is that I love art and want to be more involved in creation, right? That's like my biggest thing. My second thing is have financial and time flexibility for my family, my growing family, I should say. Wink, wink. And then I think those are my two main things. And I think especially in this age of AI, I want art, true art, to prevail. Oops. I want true art and true artists. Oh my goodness, Roxanne. I want art and true artists to prevail. That's so important to me. So I always try to buy from small artists, small businesses, artists that have small businesses, because I think it's really important to support people and not AI. So we did our why. So I'm going to transfer all of this onto Notion and start to get things more planned out and more digestible on an actual planning app. So I've just started sort of a new page. I used to have all of this here. I'm probably going to end up getting rid of a bunch of this because I don't actually think that it serves me. So this is so plain and doesn't look nice right now, but I will fix that after I get all of this stuff figured out. So I'm going to transfer all of my big goals to Notion, and that looks like creating brand identity, art, why did it do that, slash art style. The second one is deciding on what I will sell, and then also using YouTube and social media to show life and biz. So these are my biggest goals right here. After that, what that sort of looks like is this will basically be kind of its own page. I don't know how to do that on here. Is it possible if I just create? I think I'd have to like create my own page for it, right? And like kind of redo that. Okay, and then what does that look like? So fun, bold, cute, stylistic would be symmetrical, vector looking, even if it's not vector. Okay, so I kind of made this here already, so we probably don't need that anymore. And so then that's its own little page. I'm deciding on what to sell, so I'm probably gonna make my own page for that as well. So a page for what to sell, and that will be like stationery, so it's like stickers, planning sheets, etc. And then it will also be maybe mugs, maybe sweaters, things like that. Let's go back to the small business so I can delete it out of here. And then using YouTube social media to show life and biz. So I think I don't really need technically a page for that because I'll make a page that is specifically for like content creation. So I think I'll need to have a content area, and I think, you know what, I'll probably have to make a whole separate page for that. So content, and what does that look like? So I'll make this full width. I'll probably need database. This will be YouTube, and then I'll need a separate database for Instagram. And on this, I'll start to plan out what that looks like, because we're gonna want the consistency is gonna YouTube. Oh, well, I'll just put video title. Idea, because that's kind of different, right? And then I'll add a property for upload date. Same thing here. Is there a post date? No, I'll just do a regular date then. And then, but can I rename it? Yeah. Post date. Excelente. Okay. And then I'm just going to leave it like that for now. I don't need to plan this with you guys yet. And then, so I have my big goals. I have what my brand art vibes are going to be. I have what to sell for now. That might change. And then I have my content area. I'm going to make, like I said, I'm going to make this look a lot prettier later, but I'm just trying to get things onto paper so that I could spend a lot of time trying to make things pretty, and then I totally waste my entire day doing that. So right now, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it later. And then I think what's important here is to write out like my why. And this I can make pink, bold. And I think I'm gonna make it like a little bit bigger. And this I want to have 3 things to it. So I love art and want to be more involved in creation. I want financial and time flexibility for my growing family. And then in the age of AI, I want true art to prevail. So that is it for my Notion for now. You'll probably see a little bit more happening once I get this all figured out and stuff. But for now, this is where we're at. So that is it for our mini planning session today. I didn't get too far into, day by day, month by month or anything, but I feel like just getting bigger goals onto a piece of paper, onto a Notion, sets us up already for what our plan is for the year, right? And so we can work on the step-by-step a little bit more this week. And I just want to thank you guys for coming along on this with me, because it's hard to put yourself out there and put your art out there and show people, like who you are and what you want to share and what you want to do, and feel like people are taking you in and really wanting to, go on the journey with you. So I appreciate it. I hope that you guys have a great rest of your week, and I will see you next week, because remember, one of our goals is weekly videos. So I will see you next time.